Welcome back to Eyewitness News. This morning it's 8:30 and we've got all of your legal questions answered. If you have any, call in right now. It's 436-1212. Chris O'Hare is joining us now live to take some of these questions, and I think we've already got some lined up, so we'll just go straight to the callers. First caller, are you there? Go ahead. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, what's your question?
Yes, we purchased a home with our son's girlfriend, and it's listed as joint tenants with right of survivorship. She abandoned the property almost 2 years ago. We've been unable to get a hold of her to get her name off the title, and we have proof that we've paid every payment on the home, and we just wonder what legal recourse we've got.
Yeah, very interesting. What should they do?
Well, I think in a situation like that where you've got, it depends on what the language of the contract that was entered into or the deed would be on the particular property. If it's joint tenants with right of survivorship, I don't think her, even though she may have not be doing anything with the property itself, there may be some action there, but typically what you'd want to do with that is, like I said, normally in a situation is you need to probably find a way to serve her or get her with the proper paperwork. I don't think you can just simply remove her because she's not around. If you've been trying to get proper service on her and you're unable to and you can't find her, and sometimes you can do that through a publication with a lawsuit or something of that sort. So maybe the best cause of action for you is to contact an attorney that deals a lot with property law, just to make sure you do everything right, so somewhere down the road in the future, if you're trying to remove her from the deed, that it doesn't come back up later on.
All right, off and running. Second caller, are you there? What's your question?
Yes. I would like to know, have they changed the laws to where, like if you lose your license, to where you can get a license, a permit to drive back and forth to work?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. How are these people supposed to be able to get back and forth to and from work if they don't have a license?
Well, that is a major problem that we see a lot here in Kansas, really. There's a bunch of different ways that they have of suspending someone's license, whether it be for non-payment of fines, or if you accumulate enough tickets, or if you get certain serious traffic infractions. Just a conviction for those, like a driving on suspended, would suspend your license for 90 days. Well, to answer your question, it depends on why you're suspended. If you're suspended for a driving on suspended, then there is usually just one conviction of itself would have a 90-day suspension. Now, if you're suspended for a DUI or something like that, the particular statute would govern the length of the suspension. If you are, however, suspended because of non-payment of fines or something of that sort, then it is possible to get a permit to go to and from work. So again, you probably would want to contact an attorney so that you can be aware of all the rights and all the possibilities you have as far as getting your license back. That's probably the best way to handle it. But if it is for non-payment of fines, then there is something you can do to try to get a permit to go to and from work. So I think you probably need to contact an attorney.
That's good to know. If all else fails, hoof it or the old bike.
That'll work too. Can't get
All right,
a driving on suspended for that.
Right, we have time for one more caller. Are you there? Go ahead.
Yes. I was wondering, okay, when you get a living will done up, does it last just 7 years or does it last lifetime?
Oh, living wills. What do you think?
Well, normally, I think, again, the language of what it is that you enter into as far as what the will is, I think would control. I don't think there's any time restriction on it. Normally, I think it would last a person's lifetime. Again, I think it's probably governed based on what the language is. And if you're trying to do a living will, I would also advise you not to try to do that yourself. That's something to where you want to make sure everything's clean in it so that you know, particularly where it is you want to distribute everything while, I guess, during your lifetime. So again, that's something to where you're probably going to want to contact an attorney too.
All right, Chris, some good questions today. Thank you so much for being here to answer them.